There's about 180,000 RNs in Texas that go through the licensing process here. The campaign was funded by a legislative appropriated funds that were referred to as the Dramatic Growth Funds. And those funds allowed us in 10 years to increase enrollments from about 7,000 to almost 14,000, which doubled the number for Texas, which still isn't enough. If you look at the growth rates of the state, they're phenomena. And someone has to be prepared to deliver health care to them as that growth rate continues. We calculated through a modeling plan the number of nurses needed through 2020, and that's what the trajectory we were on. So when they dropped those actual funds from about 43 million to 30 million, a 33% decrease this past session, we were very concerned. It means that's just one cut, because all of the colleges also received, they figure their funding by college semester hours, and that was dropped about 14%. So nursing schools right now are scrambling, you can imagine, over the summer to take the new numbers and project what it will mean for their enrollments this fall, actually this week. And some of the confusion is always that they have so many applicants. We had over 11,000 applicants who were qualified to enter nursing schools last fall that were left in the queue. So a dramatic number of people with good campaigning by nursing, and many of them losing other jobs, are interested in making that switch to nursing. So we have 11,000 people that won't be admitted again. I'm sure that number will probably go up. Is this going to be a pattern, or is there any hope of getting back to sustainable growth? That's going to be the real question. We can tinker and be behind for a year, but if it continues long term, then Texas will be back into some dangerous situations. There is a growing body of knowledge and research that is being put together now that points out that the quickest way to affect patient outcomes safely in hospital settings is to have better nursing staffing. So if we start in any way losing the numbers that are involved in those staffing patterns, we will see less quality patient outcomes. I think one of the hardest things that it is to contend with is the Institute of Medicine has released this past fall a massive 500-page report on ways that nursing as a profession needs to change to be to make a higher mark on the healthcare system. Nowhere in that report do they say we believe there needs to be a decline in registered nurses. If anything, they say there needs to be more of them. They need to be in more settings. They need to be in different roles. So those kinds of futuristic projections, which we're beginning to see some of those projections already occur, will not be able to be carried out in this state.